Alright, time to look into Seren to see what it's all about, right? Seren the Chosen, what we know. The Gauge Mythos Wrath. Alright, phase 1. HP Slayer, 150 AF. We have like 120, so that's pretty close. Of attacks. Phase 2. Phase 2 is unique in that it's actually 4 phases. 4 phases. It says phase 1, then there's like 4 more phases in like 1 phase. Okay, so it's like a 5 phase boss. Okay. Response today. Phase 2. Phase translations. Oh, look at these bold texts. 99% HP, that doesn't sound good. If anyone does anything. So it seems like it's like a test? Oh, boy. Oh god, you can actually grief them. So if the test fails, the party will get one shot. TLDR right there. Okay. Unit Justice. Alright, so I'm guessing this is the 4 phases. Twilight of Flames, Midnight of Silence, Dawn of Hope. Oh, when phase 2 is down, transfers the party to a reward map with a chest hit. Okay. So that was a really quick overview of the boss, just scrolling through, looking at the bolded text, right? A lot of things to unpack here, so I'll probably take a couple moments just to read everything and see what I can gather. But I'll offer a summary after I'm done reading. See you in a bit. Alright, so I'm back after reading the Seren mechanics. There's a lot of attacks which I don't remember, but I think I got a general idea of how this boss actually works. So Seren has 2 phases, but phase 2 is super complicated. But the first phase seems okay. So there's a gauge system, of course. Every new boss has a gauge system. So this is the gauge. If it's filled up to the top, you will get stunned for 5 seconds, which cannot be repelled by anything. Which you will also get heal blocked. And you can't prevent it, and you can't get healed by anything. So yeah, you're stuck there for 5 seconds, which is kind of devastating. But phase 1, by the looks of it, it doesn't have any one-shots. They do a lot of HP damage. Chip HP damage, so I guess 5 seconds is pretty long time, so if you get hit by a lot of things, you're kind of screwed. And the gauge fills up whenever you get hit by any of Seren's attack or any map element. Also, it doesn't really go down, so that's kind of concerning, right? Over the course of the time of the fight, the longer you stay, the more things you get hit by, and then the gauge will get filled up. So I guess the thing you need to do here is that you need to get stunned in an area where there's less, I guess, attacks coming at you, right? Because you can't do anything about them. So yeah, that's phase 1. Phase 2 is actually 4 phases. Corresponds to the time of day. So the gauge is updated to this. So there's the 4 phases here, and this is like where this arrow points to which time of day it is. Once it hits like here, that's like the phase change, and there is a test each phase change, so you know, there's a lot of tests involved here. Also, the stun gauge is still there, so you know, there's that. So how this boss works in phase 2. So first of all, the test is pretty important. So yeah, 99% max HP damage, that is devastating. So basically what it says is that if you don't do the test correctly, everyone else will die. Including yourself, so you know. So if you don't do the test properly, you're dead. And that's not good, because yeah, dying is never good. Especially at a boss with, you only have 5 lives, right? So yeah. It's also an insta-fail mechanic, which involves here we go, insta-fail. 20 plus ish gauge fills. So that's like the gauge in phase 1, which is transferred over. So if this middle thing is filled here, you will basically decrease the midnight phase, which is this dark blue one, I assume, because it goes noon, oh, what was it? Noon Twilight, Midnight, and then Dawn. So yeah, the midnight gauge is really small. So basically, if you keep getting repeated gauge fills by the party, the midnight will decrease to 0, and basically Seren's invincible at the point because she is the sun. This quote's pretty cool. If the sun never sets, no one can oppose me. Basically, Seren's invincible and you fail the game, I guess. The boss fight. So phase transition. Looks like alternative strategies to basically iframe the phase transition to choose the test. If only one person iframes and they don't do the mechanic correctly, that looks right here, you'll die. Here you go, every time to cheese, nope. Next one says no. So yeah, to either everyone iframe collectively or do the test properly. Not sure how hard the test is, because committing an iframe for the test seems like a lot, but we'll see. But yeah, insta-fail after 20-ish gauge fills, which means each party member, if they on average filled up 3 times, that's 6 times 3, 18, that gets pretty dangerous. Dangerously close to failing the boss instantaneously. Alright, so the 4 phases, Need of Justice. There's a lot of attacks and nonsense, but the main takeaway is that you want to dodge the attacks that fills up the gauge severely, like this attack, the laser stab. More than 50% increase, that's kind of massive. Twilight of Flames. This one seems like the most dangerous one. Look at this, 90% HP. The 3 slashes do 200%. They can kill you twice over, by the looks of it. Also, all healing is reduced to 20%, which is quite insane because every attack does so much damage, especially this one. And the 3 slashes just a 1 shot, so better dodge those. So yeah, this seems like the most dangerous phase. Midnight of Silence. So this is like the break time phase where it's so short, like you can't even see the next phase already. But yeah, this one you can decrease the stun gauge, which is really nice. But also, yeah, this phase, it's basically your lifeline, because if this phase decreases too much, you will insta-fail the boss. The last phase is Dawn of Hope. I guess it wouldn't be the last one because it's time of day, right? So it's just going to be the beginning of the new day. She gets a shield. It also gets restored whenever a party member gets hit by anything. And then once she transfers back to noon phase, the first phase, she will restore her health equal to the amount of the shield left. So yeah, try to break that shield and try not to get hit by the looks of it. So yeah, that's my TLDR of the boss. Let's see how it goes.